Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Evan Trevino coming to you with another video. So, in this video, I wanted to talk about the fallout after Eric Swalwell has left his campaign race for the California governorship and why this matters to Republicans more than they may like to admit. I feel like we're just drawing the wrong conclusions from this. People are seeing it and, yeah, laugh at the guy with the sexual abuse allegations. I genuinely don't even care about that. What I do care about is people not taking seriously the fact that the largest block of voting share in the Democrat Party is gone and his voters have to go somewhere. And it can completely upset the strategy that Republicans have been banking on to win the governorship. But before we get into the meat and potatoes of this, I would really appreciate if you could help grow this channel. We are at 151 subscribers. I'm so happy for all of them. And if you would please join in this journey if you haven't already, I'd greatly appreciate it. Trying to get to 200 before the end of the year. But yeah, love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, right? Let's actually get into this now. So, Axio out of San Diego reports California governor race wide open after Swalwell exit. Congressman Eric Swalwell's abrupt exit from the California governor's race during the weekend upends the contest less than 2 months before the primary. And why it matters? Swalwell led in some polls among his 8 Democrat rivals while nabbing several prominent endorsements. Now it's all up for grabs, and analysts say any middle of the pack Democrat could surge to the front. Catch up quick. Swalwell announced Sunday he is suspending his campaign amid allegations of rape, sexual assault, and sexual misconduct, which he denies. Other Democrat candidates in the crowded field include billionaire businessman Tom Steyer, Congresswoman Katie Porter, former HHS Secretary Xavier Becerra, former Los Angeles Mayor Antonio Villa something, I'm not saying that, and San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan, State Superintendent of Public Instruction Tony Thurmond, and former State Controller Betty Yee. Now, those are all the Democrats. A lot of them don't even really matter. We're going to get into the ones that do. But as you can see, the vote was split pretty far. Far and wide, this vote was split. But now that Eric's gone, all his support has to go somewhere. And it's very significant where it goes. Right now, we have 2 Republicans who are polling fairly well for a Republican in California, at least. We have Steve Hilton and we have Chad Bianco. Now, here's why I say this is way more significant than Republicans are willing to accept, and they're drawing the wrong conclusions from Eric Swalwell's leaving. Yes, I get it. It's fun to, dunk on the libs. Yeah, your guy is a sex pest and he was supposed to be an ally, yada yada. I get it. The virtue signaling hits the wall of reality that this guy was actually a freak. That's actually just noise. It's actually just background to the serious implications of the race. Because now that he's gone, all those voters have to go somewhere. And if they were to rally behind one candidate, the race is over. It's done. I don't know if you guys understand, but if one Democrat makes it into the runoff, Republicans lose. It's just as simple as that. The only way you will have a Republican governor is if 2 Republicans make it into the runoff. If any of these Democrats make it into the runoff, it's over. Now, I wanted to go ahead and pull up some of these betting markets. Out of Kalshi, US-based betting market, you have Tom Steyer leading, and several Democrats after, before you get to Steve and Chad. Then, out of Poly Market, European-based market, but still covers US news and headlines, we can see that Steyer is also in the lead for this. Now, they do say that they believe that Steve Hilton will make it into the primary. But like I said, it genuinely does not matter if one Democrat makes it into the runoff. Doesn't matter which one it is. You can take the worst Democrat, put them in the runoff, the Democrats win. Simple as that. And I wanted to show you these voting poll predictions coming out of 270 to win. And it shows you that in all of these, Swalwell maintained about 11 all the way up to 18% of the polling, depending on who you asked, but averaging around 13%. 13% of the vote going any which way to any Democrat is hugely significant. Now, worst case scenario, they rally behind one candidate, that candidate makes it into the runoff, that candidate wins. Simple as that. And then, you could hope and pray to God that somehow the Republican wins in a runoff race against one Democrat. It's not happening. Now, best case scenario for Republicans. Let's say it's 13%, right? You have three candidates, or I wouldn't even say three. You have two candidates really that can be taken seriously in this race as a Democrat. You have Tom Steyer, you have Katie Porter. Now, in the event that, let's say you cut this in half, that is 6.5 to each, you may get a two Democrat runoff, but more than likely Steve Hilton will pull through and he will get in the runoff, but he won't win. But now let's break this down a little further. Let's say that Eric Swalwell, his 13 points go a couple different ways. Let's say it goes 4 ways, and that would be 3.25. 3.25 into each candidate. Well, now you have Steyer at 14, you have Porter at 13.5, you have Becerra at 7 essentially, and you have Mahan at 7 as well, or almost 7. In that case, you still might get a Democrat in the runoff, but there's a chance, a possibility of Steve Hilton and Chad Bianco making it into the runoff together. The crux of my point is that no matter how you slice it, all of Swalwell's voters going to any of these candidates spells a big problem for the Republicans in this race. I genuinely believe that this is such big news, and Republicans not talking about it worries me. This isn't the time to get comfortable. It's not the time to celebrate Eric Swalwell's allegations. I don't think anyone's celebrating them, but celebrating that he left the race. Now is the time to get serious and really buckle down. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that I'm being a little too harsh? Do you think that we should, rejoice more that Eric Swalwell left the race and we could take pride in our candidates not being sex pests? I guess that's cool. I mean, that's a good thing, but I'm really concerned with winning. What's the point of any of it? What is the point of any of it if our guys don't get in office? But that's my thoughts. Now that Eric Swalwell's out of the race, where his voters go will determine the conclusion of this race. I'm Evan. This was the video, and I'm out. Peace.